So Sophie Cunningham has denied accusations that she was involved in an affair with Phoenix Sun and Phoenix Mercury CEO President Josh Bartelstein. And the Fever get the revenge game tonight against the Atlanta Dreams. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
Well, I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for Kate and Clark's crossover and the game tonight. We're going to do Kate and Clark's crossover from 5:30 to 6:30. Myself and Rob, live show, and then it's come back at 7:30 for you for the game.
Angry Rob? Yeah.
Angry Rob because the Knicks lost, in case you don't know. Yeah, and then also Kate and Clark's crossover on Monday from 6 to 7 Eastern time, except for major holidays. Like Memorial Day, we will not be going live. So we'll see you in 2 Mondays. Okay. And we'll be there Saturday for the Liberty game, too. So Rob's upset. The Knicks blew a lead, but we're going to try to get past that if possible. Now, probably as upset as Sophie Cunningham, and she issued a statement, Rob, denying the accusations about her having an affair with this guy who was married, and when she was with the Phoenix. She said, "I am deeply saddened by the recent false accusations made against me by Gene Taylor, someone I do not know and have never met. Let me be clear, his statements are untrue and extremely hurtful. I am here to compete, play basketball at the highest level, and win for my team and my fans while inspiring other women that they can do or be anything they ever dream of becoming. I hold myself to the highest integrity, and my values are what guide me on and off the court. To the media who reported on this, I have always spoken the truth and have been transparent with any press inquiry. In this instant, it feels irresponsible that I was never asked for a comment about the accusation before several clickbait stories went to print. I will not let untrue gossip take my focus away from what is most important to me, which is basketball, my support team, and my fans." Signed, Sophie Cunningham. That's pretty clear, Rob, that she's 100% denying it. And like I said, I don't know what's true and what's not true, but the Phoenix Mercury also put out a statement similar to that and basically saying the person who filed the lawsuit is a disgruntled employee and they're just using that as part of their lawsuit to try to collect money. That's the impression I get. I could be wrong, but that's the impression I get from what I read.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me too much, Mark. That's how it is nowadays. I just feel like I'm like you. I don't really know if it's true or not, but for her to come out, it's good she came out with a statement. And unfortunately, with the society of social media, anything you do, they put out there, and I guess everybody jumps on it and think that whoever puts it out there, that must be true. It's out there.
Although I will say, once these lawsuits come out real quick, they put them out right away. They don't normally get a quote from a denial from the person. I will say that to her. She probably wanted one, but that's never going to happen in this world. So, but they probably should have, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen in this world. All I know is that this story went wild, and it makes her look bad if it's not true, which I'm going to assume it's not, given that she's denying it and there's no proof that it's true. It's just an accusation by a person in a lawsuit. So,
geez, where have we heard something about that's been put out that we thought that was people said it was
no
true?
Proof? Yeah.
Where did we hear that from?
WNBA. By the way, we didn't do a video on this, but they asked the coach, when he found out about it. He goes, "Oh, I found out about it when you guys did." So he didn't hear anything either. So it looks like Angel Reese is lying to me. And she's just angry because she missed a free throw and they lost by 35. And Kate and Clark, gave her a little sauce and when she did the direct foul to her. And that's what it looks like. And we'll talk about that in another video about her hate for Kate and Clark.
She'll get over it.
I don't know, Rob. She hasn't gotten over Kate and Clark her entire career. And for 2 years, she's been steaming over the attention that Kate and Clark gets.
Yeah.
So, anyways. And she thinks it should all be on her. That's what it's all about. But the Fever playing tonight, Rob.
Yeah, so we got a game tonight. sorry, Mark. I don't know if I'm into basketball right now, but I guess I'll show up. I'm not really in a basketball mood for anything. Even though I did say I would watch two ants play basketball. Right now, I probably would step on them right now.
Rob, well, you're gonna step on someone's hands, Rob?
Yeah, basketball. Yeah, I'm a big man. Oh, tough.
Well, the reason I combine this is because they're playing tonight, and Sophie Cunningham has a sore ankle. And I'm going to look at the Gamecast right now, and it says game time decisions. So we don't know whether she's playing tonight, but that's why I combined them, because we're hoping she's playing tonight, Rob. They missed her energy, her defense. They missed her as a backup point guard. And because Sydney Colson plays fine defense, but she doesn't do much offensively. She's a pretty mediocre passer and offensive player. And that she's not the answer. She's not fast enough either, Rob, to continue the fast-paced offense that they want to play.
Let's see if the Fever adjusted on their defense, because again, that problem of guarding the three-point line really hurt them. Even though the Dream didn't shoot that well from that three, at that one point, third quarter, they were making threes, and so that kind of built up the lead, and they had to come back.
Right.
So they just got to tighten up on defense, and the offense. They still a little. Hopefully, it'll flow a little bit better than last time. There's a lot of standing around, so we'll see what happens.
They need more movement on their offense. They need to run more, and their defense needs to be better, especially by the three-point shot. They allowed 31 points and 32 points in two of the quarters. So two of the quarters they did poorly. And for clarification on the last game, with the last play of the game, we had no problem with Caitlin Clark throwing the ball in. But we think we should give it back to her right away after that. And then she always has the option of giving it to Aaliyah Boston down below if they suddenly rush her and double team her, which may happen. But it's not going to happen, most likely not going to happen, because she's the inbound person and she's going to get it back right away. But if they do, she has that option. And it was my mistake where I said something about Brittany Griner. Why would they go to Aaliyah Boston with Brittany Griner? With Brittany Griner being one of the best shot blockers in WNBA and college basketball history. She had fouled out. My mistake.
Right. That was also my mistake, too.
What was that, Rob?
That was my mistake, too, because someone pointed out I was going on about it. So, and I needed to see my optometrist. Right. So I saw my optometrist yesterday, and everything's good. So today I'll follow up on that. I'll make sure I'll look and see who's on the court first. I could say that they all look alike. Of course, I could say that, but you can't.
But that doesn't change. That doesn't change it. I don't think that's the correct play. I think the correct play is Caitlin Clark to take the inbound pass, throw it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell gives it back to her, and let Caitlin Clark decide what to do. They had 9.7 seconds, not 1.77 seconds. So I still think that's the right play. She could still get it to Leah Boston if she has a mismatch down below, if she's open. And they can do a pick and roll, whatever, Rob.
Well, with her getting the ball, Mark, she can either shoot it or like she could drive it in, and then if she sees someone with her vision, she sees Boston's person coming on her, she could have dished it off to Boston and lay up, and that would have been the game-winning shot.
Right, and they don't want to shoot at the last second because they want to have time in case they miss the shot to get the rebound and put another shot up.
Right.
So there's a fine line there on how much time you have.
But, yeah, giving Clark giving her 9 seconds is like giving her almost like a minute as far as trying to decide what she should do.
And someone said, you guys are calling her dumb. No, we didn't call her dumb. We didn't. I think she's a good coach. We just disagree with the end of the game. That's it. One play. Criticizing one play does not say we think the coach is dumb. So why are you reading so much into that?
Yeah, I mean they said it wasn't. We said she wasn't smart. That's like me when I coached and one of my players threw the ball away into another team. I go, that was a dumb play. I wasn't saying he was dumb. I'm saying the action that he did was dumb. It was a dumb pass, not him. I used to always tell him that. I call him up and I'm, look, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying that pass that you made was dumb. So.
And that's what the frustration is with the Caitlin Clark fans, is that all last year, Christy Sides never gave her the ball at the end of the game on any of the inbound plays. All year, not once. And she's hit 2 game-winning shots, as we showed in college. So the frustration is, again, they're not going to give her the ball at the end of the game when we have a new coach where she's played phenomenal for 2 games in a row. She shot well that game. She's the best passer in the history of women's basketball. Put the ball in her hands and let her decide what to do. That's just me. It doesn't mean it was an awful play to go to Leah Boston with Brittany Griner fouled out. It's just not the best play.
No, it was not the best. I mean, that's like, to me, it looked like with the screens, they had like 3 and 4 options through the whole thing. It was like they ran the play, out of bounds play all the way through because they were holding on to Boston, so she couldn't get the ball. Then it finally got up there, and then I saw a back screen with Howard going down, and then she got the ball, and she put up a shot. So there were a lot of little options they had on the out of bounds play, but the main option, number one option, should have been Clark should have had the ball in her hands.
And when Clark didn't see anybody open, she should have called a timeout.
And she should have came in from. I don't know why she's standing there for 3 or 4 seconds.
That's another story.
Yeah,
I think there was definitely directions. Stay out of the post so you don't bring the defender in. And I think they
Well, that's fine, but
they overreacted to that, Rob, too long after the play broke down. I don't think your instinct should take over, and you should say, "Okay, forget about the second. I'm not supposed to bring my defender in." And
right, don't stand there. I was like, she was just standing there. I'm like, 1,000, move.
Right. So, anyways,
we'll see how they do tonight, Mark. I think Coach kind of got on them with the sloppy play and things like that. If she's a good coach, she'll take them aside and just say, okay, let's brush up on these things and put them away. And if Sophie's playing, they'll definitely have a good advantage. They'll definitely have an advantage.
And not only has Clark played well, but Lexi Hall, Kelsey Mitchell, and especially Elite Boston played really well 2 games in a row. And they're all the players that were on the team before. They're used to playing with each other. They have a slight advantage over the players they brought in. So let's just give those new players a little bit of time to see what they're made of, especially Bonner and Howard. Because they're good players.
So Fever fans, like Mark told me, it was my one game with my Knicks losing it, giving up the lead. We got to just take it one game. Next game, let's see what happens.
Get this one back. Get some momentum back for the game against Liberty on Saturday. Get some flow. Okay. But people are overreacting to one game. That's it. If they lose a game again tonight, I may have a problem myself. So, because especially if Sophie Cunningham plays tonight and plays well, then I go, okay, well, now we have a little bit of a problem here. We're losing to Atlanta 2 times in a row. But I don't think that's going to happen, Rob. I think they're going to win by more than 10 tonight. That's what I'm picking. I doubt ESPN has that, or Vegas. Let's see, Vegas, the Fever are favored by 3.5 with a 62% chance of winning. So I think, Rob, people are just saying, okay, they lost last game. They're just not going to lose 2 in a row. That's what Vegas is saying. That Vegas doesn't think that people are going to bet that way. So,
okay.
And ESPN says 62% chance of winning, which tells you that their graphic the other day, which was 9.5% chance of winning, said they only had a 52% chance of winning, which made absolutely no sense if you ever see the graphics in correlation with the point spread. Right. But that's ESPN for you. They screwed up. It was probably supposed to be something like 75, but they lost. So as it was, so it turns out. Anyways, join us tonight for the live stream. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Feel free to share it with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to your channel yet, what are you waiting for? Please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. We want to appreciate all the new subscribers and want to thank all the old ones for your support.
Yes, thank you very much for supporting us. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover tonight, 5:30 to 6:30, and the game at 7:30, and Caitlin Clark's crossover on Monday, 6 to 7 Eastern time, except for major holidays like Memorial Day. And if you want, you can donate to this channel with super chats and super thanks down below and a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Go Knicks!